If I cannot get the smart plug to work within 5 to 10 minutes.
A few minutes later.
Yeah, of course I click try again. What did I as a user do wrong? What the? Now I'm stuck. Off. Give me a hammer. I want to smash this bloody thing. This is how I feel about this plug.
Well built.
Hey Google, turn on the light.
Switching the lights on.
Wow. This is a dumb plug, and this is a smart plug. The real question is though, what actually makes this so smart? Well, mostly they allow you to switch on and off the power remotely, or use voice commands like Google Assistant or Alexa, maybe even Siri. The poor Siri, always left out. They can also set a scheduled timer for when you go on that holiday and pretend that someone is still at home. But before the smart plug, we had these mechanical dumb plug timers where you have to physically set it up and hope it works and that you haven't set it to the wrong time. So the question really is, what real world use cases are there for you to fork out for an overpriced little gadget just to make you that much more of a couch potato? And I guess we should be asking, does it actually make you smart? And is it worth it? With us, we currently have some of the most popular choices available on the market. We've got D-Link, Meross, Cynette, TP-Link and Arlec, which is quite popular at Bunnings. So to really test out our smart theory, we need to check these key criteria. Number one, the plug design. Is it going to plug into any wall socket and not hinder the surrounding power sockets? Number two, how easy is it to set up, download the app and connect it to the Google Assistant? And number three, what are the app features as well as the quality of the app? But instead of me, a tech-savvy Gen Z, testing these products out, we're going to test our theories out with someone who has never actually dealt with a smart plug. My boss, Markus, and see just how smart you have to be to operate one. Let the testing begin.
Oh, here, give me the plug. All right, today we're going to talk about smart plugs. I'm actually not really a friend of smart plugs. I don't trust them. So firstly, let me wear a smart hat. Now, first thing, I don't think it's been designed very well because look how fat it is. So that means I'm now losing 2 power points in my beautiful board here. So already that's not very smart about the smart plug. Make sure your smart device is covered by a strong Wi-Fi signal. Wi-Fi on. Download the Meross app. Oh, Candy Crush. Open the Meross app. And now I've got my living room lamp successfully on my phone. Gee, that doesn't took very long. That just shows how smart I am, I think. Check the LED light. I don't see nothing blinking. Where is it? New firmware. Oh my God, what the f? Now I'm stuck. This is not smart. All this bloody effort just to turn a light on and off remote. Oh, okay. The screen has just come back, so let me see what I can actually do. Oh! I just turned it on. How good is that? I love smart plugs. What else have I got here? Oh look, I've been using 4.67 watts since we've been playing with this here. So I give it an on-off schedule, so it does let me turn it on and off. So I will say, I'll go for today and I go into a minute or two. Your schedule is created, got it. Now obviously I have to turn it off, and at 11:23, oh! So look, my verdict on this light overall setup is between medium painful and painful. The firmware upgrade really stuffed me up. And I also don't like it's a big fat plonky thing that really wastes other stuff. So overall, it's okay. We got smart plug number 2. I can put this here and theoretically I can put another one and another one and another one and another one. Already this one is winning. So now let me try to set it up. I'm now connected here. It's a little bit more friendly. It's already preset for Australia, so I like that. Okay, so far I'm actually feeling it's user friendlier than the other one. Device adding timeout. Please follow below troubleshooting. Off. Obviously it hasn't paired. Now gotta do it again. Retry. It's just asked me to go back all the way to the Wi-Fi putting it in. If I get kicked off the Wi-Fi one more time, if I'd really tell you how I feel, can we just call this a fail? This is how I feel about this plug. If I cannot get the smart plug to work and set up within 5 to 10 minutes, the bloody thing is a fail. Thank you. All right, already I don't like the bloody size. Same issue again, too big. I'm gonna try to make this really quick, okay? I'm gonna rush through this with all the knowledge from before and all the frustration. This is really a test of persistence. Do it on a day that you're in a good mood, because you're not gonna be in a good mood when you're finished. Please refer to user manual and set your device in pairing mode. Oh, please allow the following 1 to 10 steps before pairing. Now it flashes. Now it's in the pairing mode, so it's now trying to talk to this. Okay. Why did it fail? I'd love to see a couple do this together after 30 years of marriage. That'll go down like a treat. I've been playing with this for 15 minutes now. I have not been able to pair it. I have not been able to find the device. I've not been able to set it up. I'm going to ask for my second life man to set it up for me now. But from a easy user review point of view, it's another fail. La 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 la. Can we just call it failed and go for the next one? It's a pain in the ass. Gone. Give me another plug. Can I get the manual? All right, how do I say the manual? I mean, this is always the good start, okay? I like the manual. I like the plug. Good luck to you. Flashing orange. Next. It's asked me to connect it. Disable your cellular data and enable your mobile device Wi-Fi until device setup process is complete. I have no idea what that means. An error has occurred again. Maybe it's the hat. Maybe this is my bad luck hat. Can you watch Einstein and give me good vibes? You know the time that I've just spent now to try and set all these up, I could have got on my couch 15 times, 500 times to go to the light and turn it off. And it's better for my health. All done, your plug has been installed. Oh, guess what? An update for firmware. No, it allows you to do it later, so in this case, the last one didn't allow me to do it later, so in this case I'm doing it later. All right, so now I've got a little symbol here, so that's not too bad. And here I can press that and it turns it on and off. Okay, so that's beautiful. Where's the consumption? It doesn't tell you the consumption, it's half the bloody job not being done. So this one does not give you the wattage that the overall consumption is, which is really one of the things you want to do, because you want to use a smart plug not just to turn on and off, but you also want to sometimes measure what the consumption is of certain devices. And this plug, to the best of my knowledge, only allows you to turn on and off. Anyway, off it goes. It's lucky it doesn't get the hammer treatment. Last smart plug for the day, guys. Number 5. TP-Link. Create account. It already knows we're in Australia, so that's good. Oh, I don't want to say it and jinx it, but so far the setup has been very straightforward. Look at your smart plug. Is the Wi-Fi light blinking orange and green blue? Yes, it is. You might take a few minutes to establish a connection. Now, so far, out of all the 5 I had, this has done a lot of things automatically that I didn't have to enter in. I dislike smart plugs completely after the 4 smart plug experience. But so far, just a little bit, I start to like this one. Oh, why did I just say that? Unable to connect to your smart plug. Try again. Unable to connect to your Wi-Fi network. Help! I'm over it. I don't know what you did. Turn on, turn off. Look, nice big button, wonderful. Don't know how we got here, but we're here now. All right, so it's got a timer, that works well. Look, that was quite easy to use. The main thing for this one is really that the connectivity was an issue. So I think Wi-Fi overall and the connectivity of the Wi-Fi with your plug has been a common issue all the way through. Maybe that's my older phone, whatever it is, but we're stuffed. I don't even know why we need this. You see, if you want a timer, just go the old-fashioned way. Plug it in, plug it out, plug it in. At 3 o'clock I want it on. Just, that's it, put it on. Who gives a shit how much it uses? That's it. I just had enough of smart plugs.
So after all this, it seems like Markus really isn't going to go ahead and use a smart plug that isn't the retro dial-up type. You know what they say, can't teach an old dog new tricks. But out of all the plugs we tested, which one's the best?
Going back to our categories of capabilities, design, and ease of use, across the board these smart plugs have pretty much identical usability. They let you use a PowerPoint remotely, and they let you track energy consumption. So I guess the real differentiating factor is the plug's form factor, or design, as well as the ease of use and the price of it, of course. Now, if we were to compare how easy each product was for Markus to use through comparing how many times he swore, for example, while setting each one up, we can pretty clearly see that the TP-Link plug is the winner. Now, in terms of price, the TP-Link plug sits at just under $30, whilst the most expensive of the plugs, the D-Link one, comes in at around $38, while the Meross is the cheaper, coming in at a 4-pack where each one costs roughly about $18. So the products do vary a bit in price, but really their features are all about the same. Except we are of course forgetting about the dumb plug, which is just under $7. Although it doesn't come with all the features and remote control and monitoring capabilities as all the other smart plugs. So overall, I think we really need to consider that there isn't really a best smart plug if all of them are difficult to set up. Because after watching Markus, I'm really getting the vibe that these instructions are just not that user-friendly, especially if you don't have the basic networking understanding. So overall, I think a big problem with smart plugs is related to the user interface, because the app just isn't that easy to use. Personally, I find it really useful for turning off my lamp at night when I'm in bed without having to get up. The energy tracking features are great, but realistically for me, knowing the consumption of my little night lamp doesn't actually mean that much to me beyond a gimmick. And if I was concerned with my personal finances enough to check multiple power points in my house with an individual smart plug connected to each one, I probably wouldn't fork out the money to buy these gadgets in the first place. So if you're feeling a little dumb, don't worry, just get yourself a smart plug and suddenly you'll feel like a genius. Or at the very least, you'll be able to turn your lights on and off without getting up from the couch or your bed. And that's something to show off to your mates or your dates. So in conclusion, a smart plug doesn't make you smarter, unfortunately. It requires you to be smart in the first place.
Why did the smart plug always get the girl? Why? Because it had all the right connections. Why did the dumb plug feel sad around a smart plug? Because it can't plug and play with others.